This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Oh, fiddlesticks!
What, Wilbur?
We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What?
Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What?
Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast 59-year-old Ralph Puglisi of somewhere in Florida. Now, Ralph was an accounting manager for University Medical Service Association. Basically, it's a nonprofit that provides staffing and support for the University of South Florida's healthcare enterprise. Well, he lost his job last November because of what they call, quote, suspicious activity. And it turns out that those suspicions were well-founded because Ralph, you see, had been embezzling money from the association over a period of 2 years. So the question is, how much did he embezzle? Well, he went in big, $12.86 million.
Damn.
In 2 years. Now, the reason Ralph has earned shot of the day status is because of that $12.86 million, Ralph spent how much on porn sites? Now, he spent $43,600 at Disney World. He spent $22,000 to fly friends to Florida. He also spent hundreds of thousands on personal travel, rent, wedding calls, a chartered yacht, and a few other things. But again, of his $12.8 million embezzled, Ralph spent $11.5 million on adult websites, or approximately 93% of $12.8 million to visit porn sites. And he now faces up to 20 years in prison, or about 33% of the life that he has lived, because he is 100% stupid. Again,
unbelievable.
In 2 years, you got $12.8 million, and you decide to spend $11.5 million on porn sites, which you can visit for free. That's what he did, but it got him shot of the day and a sentence in prison. So congratulations. Damn. That is unbelievable to me. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the Men's Room. Hola. All right, Chris, you understand how this here game is played?
I sure do. We play every day on the drive home from school.
Well, from school. And nothing but education in this part. Mm-hmm. So, you know,
right.
you're
7-year-old and 4-year-old are in the car, and they love to play along.
Oh, I can hear it. All right, well, then you and the two kids know that you have your choice of one of three categories. The wonderful world of drugs, kids. Bite me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And everyone's favorite, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go with bite me.
I think that is the safe bet with the two children sitting there in the car.
Absolutely.
Yes. In this case, we have to go north of the border to our friends in Canada, where they are now suing McDonald's after finding something in a carton of French fries this past summer. Now, in a statement filed at the Regina Court of Queen's Bench, husband and wife, Clifford and Debbie Kendrew, and their 9-year-old daughter, Tammy, they asked for an unspecified amount of damages and costs against McDonald's because they said of something they found in their food. Now, the family claims that on July 4th, they visited a McDonald's restaurant around noon, at which time they ordered food, including French fries. The claim goes on to state that while they were eating, Cliff discovered, to their shock, dismay, and repulsion, the existence of a little something amid the French fries that he'd already been eating. Now, the claim says the family immediately became queasy, lightheaded, nauseous, and grew increasingly mortified at the thought of having consumed the French fries, which were tainted by the presence of a little something. Now, Cliff spoke about the problem and then went to the plaintiff's table. And he spoke to the manager about the problem, who then went to the plaintiff's table and ripped away part of the fries container, throwing that portion in the garbage. She then approached the plaintiff's table once again and, realizing that she had not grabbed the little something, attempted to obtain and remove the same against the objections of the family. And in order to prevent him from doing so, the husband took a hold of the manager's hand. Now, the claim alleges that the manager then shouted to the staff that she'd been assaulted and called the police. Well, police showed up at the restaurant soon after, and although no charges were laid against them, Cliff, Debbie, and Tammy, they were deeply upset, embarrassed, humiliated, and made to feel like common criminals. As a result, the family claims negligence on the part of the restaurant in regards to the food preparation, inspection, and sanitation. But they also claim false imprisonment by the manager for allegedly ordering them to stay at the restaurant, and so police arrived. Anyway, through all of this, what is it that they found in their fries that started this whole thing? Was it a condom, a chicken head, a Band-Aid, or a booger? So condom, chicken head, Band-Aid, or booger, one of those things was found in their carton of French fries.
I'm going to say chicken head.
I think it was Band-Aid.
Kids going Band-Aid, huh? You're going chicken head. Okay.
I'm going chicken head. Kids are going Band-Aid.
I'm going condom.
Yeah.
Bach. I'm with them. Chicken heads.
You going chicken head?
Both of you guys are going chicken? Okay.
Yep.
All right, chicken head, final answer. We're going to find out what they had in the fries. Was it a condom, a chicken head, a Band-Aid, or a booger? Next.
That was a tease.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact me today at advocateslaw.com.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Back to the conversation. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is Buy Me on Profile. This family is suing a fast food place because they found something in their French fries. Family actually became sick
based on the fact that they were so grossed out.
Yeah.
Question is, what was in the fries? Condom, chicken head, Band-Aid, or a booger?
And Chris has since hung up. But Miles, let's start with you. You went for the condom.
I went straight up condom.
You sick bastard. No, it was not. God, I'm glad. The Ted Smith, I know, right? The Ted Smith, you agreed with Chris, and you went with the chicken head.
Chicken head!
Because it's happened before. It makes sense. You can understand how it gets there, but sadly, the smartest people involved are a 4- and 7-year-old child, both of whom guessed Band-Aid.
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
it was, in fact, a Band-Aid.
All right. Nice job, kids.
Remind your father that you're smarter than him.
Yeah, I'm not shocked his kids are smarter.
Mm-hmm. I know. You can just feel it.
Yeah.
Right? I can feel it oozing through that phone call.
Oh, my God.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Your choices today, the Jimmys.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. Is it Kimmel again, or is he still on vacation?
Sarah Silverman still.
I gotcha.
Seth Meyers.
Okay.
Bill Maher. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's it. It's right there in the title. All these guys have teams of professional writers come up with their monologues each and every night. It's up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Some entertainment news. There are reports that actors Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer are actually dating in real life, just like their characters from Friends. So I guess in the end, they were just on a break.
Ted Smith.
Ted Smith.
Yeah, that was me.
David Schwimmer. He's on the swim team, the Olympic swim team. I'm a swimmer.
Did I say swimmer?
No, you said swimmer.
All right.
Just every time it's like Sean Connery saying, I used to be a swimmer. That David Schwimmer.
You meant
Probably
Sean,
more like swimmer.
I like Sean Connery also. Like, I'd like to order the lamb shanks. The 2020 census is out, and white people have fallen for the first time in numbers in this country for the first time since 1970. Cracker Barrel today changed its name to just Barrel.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, that's Bill Maher.
So the 2020 census is out. Listen to this. White people have fallen for the first time as numbers in this country since 1790. Cracker Barrel today changed their name to just Barrel.
I know, that one had me going earlier today, too. You guys want to head over to the Barrel?
Yeah. Bring Reginald Dwight.
Now that the latest issue of Batman comics have Robin coming out as bisexual, someone has to get Batman's reaction, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be, since when do you like girls?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Yes, Bill Maher.
Now that the latest issue of Batman comics has Robin coming out as bisexual, someone has to get Batman's reaction. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be, since when do you like girls?
I know. I think, too, that, like, right, the theory's been around for years that Robin is gay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can't have a gay superhero. It's like, yeah, all right, I guess we'll just make him bisexual.
There you go. Maybe he still likes girls. That'll keep him.
Yeah, right? Like,
But Batman still can't do that thing.
what do you mean? Oh, yeah.
They're like, no, you can't have Batman.
Right. Batman isn't allowed to have oral negotiations with a woman.
Well, it's like Catwoman or something.
Right. But Batman...
But Robin's like, I'll do it. I'm in.
I'll hook you both up.
All right.
Can I be the pumpkin in your pie? All right. Have you guys heard about... I love it when you play with the red phone. Turns me on. We call this one the Commissioner Gordon.
It's a new sex move.
Right. You know, who's the real pervert's the Penguin. All right. So Don Cheadle was a guest on Kevin Hart's new Peacock series, Heart to Heart. Now, if you've read this story, like we talked about it last week, right? Because we all saw it. And we were like, maybe Kevin Hart, maybe it's not a big deal or this or that. But it gets awkward pretty quick when Don Cheadle says that he's 56.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn! I'm sorry. Because it was a thought. No, seriously. It was a thought. It was a thought, and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way.
I'm fine.
Okay, but just understand I didn't mean it the way it came out.
We'll take a poll on how you meant it with people here later after the show's over, but
I can sit up here and honestly say, buddy, that was from a place of love.
Got it.
Like, damn.
That was from...
Like, damn.
You didn't... If we could play it back right now...
Play it back.
These are two different dams.
Play it back in slow motion.
There wasn't no...
I said...
There was no, like... Wow,
I said,
amazing.
Damn.
No, you said the word damn. Do you want me to tell you how you said it?
I know how I said it, Don.
Do you want me to say it back to you how I think you said it?
Go ahead.
Damn.
Not true.
Fam.
Not true.
Fam.
I said...
Kevin.
I said... Damn it.
Each time you said it, now it's gone quieter and quieter.
Just play back the very beginning.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn!
Fuck, we might have to put that in for birthday. Damn. We'll have a little... I'm sorry. Because he apologizes real quick, but he obviously is just... I don't know.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn!
Now, apparently they are pretty good friends, and they kind of mess with each other. So Kevin posted a clip to promote a show. He put another video, and he said, here's a small clip of me and Don Cheadle doing what we do best, that's being a-holes to one another. I don't know where I fall on this one. It easily could be just shtick. Those two mess with each other, but Don Cheadle seemed a little bit like legit annoyed right when he said.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn.
And he's like, fam.
I'm sorry. Because it was a thought. No, seriously. It was a thought. It was a thought, and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way.
I'm fine.
Okay, but just understand.
I will say, one of the hardest times I had not laughing out loud, man. Place called Mondama Mall in Baltimore. Like 15, and they had this massive public bathroom. I got to poop. All the stalls are taken, including me. And someone walks in, you can hear them walk in, and everyone's playing the silent game. Yeah. This dude goes into the stall, you can hear him drop his pants, and he immediately unloads. And it was bad. And someone else comments from a different stall, just like Kevin Hart, straight up like, damn! And I was like, I've never heard anyone comment on someone else pooping that you don't know. It's like, Jesus, man. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that. Like with the damn or like, there's a couple different situations it happens in.
A lot of times, Dad, you do the, oh! It's like... There was nothing subtle about that, brother. I mean,
I got caught the other day walking downtown. We'll just say an attractive person was walking by, and I literally went, now that is what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh, Christ.
You said it out loud.
Yeah. Oh, no. And she's like turned around and looked at me, and I turned away and just walked away shamefully. Like, why did I say that out loud? But then that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, damn.
Shorty thick. I can hear you.
My bad.
Right? I apologize. Oh, man. All right, so here's a list of some celebrities that fans no longer admire.
All right.
It's been a tough week, man. Some celebrities just stop doing so much press. Like, I had to crush somebody's poor soul this weekend when they were talking about John Taffert and Bar Rescue. And I was like, you still a fan? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, he didn't have the best TV performance the other day. Talking about, basically, like how to get people to work more because of unemployment and this and that.
Right.
Like, it's never an idea of paying them more, better benefits.
Right.
And he's like, I have a friend that's got a military dog. They only feed it at night.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, all right, man.
Okay.
Hungry people make for better wages. I'm not saying they should starve, but like, all right. But here's some of the list. Jared Leto. This one person says, over time, I started to realize how pretentious he is. He has some Bono complex where he sees himself as a profound artist who is changing the world.
He does, but in my mind, he's just always been that way.
Mm-hmm. He seems a little aloof, but
he doesn't.
It just seems
bug
like
me.
he takes himself way too serious.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't bug me as much as like the Gwyneth Paltrow. So I feel is definitely a little more, I am important, or the Madonnas of the world. He's just out there. Like, they don't seem out there. They just seem pretentious. He also seems pretentious, but he seems so far out there that I'm like, I don't. That's the closest thing that he has to me understanding anything about him.
Well, it's also like, I think he comes off a little pretentious. Then also, like, he's just so good looking. I just assume he's a D. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, if Jared Leto walks into the room, like, I don't know. If I'm married, I'm like, we're leaving.
No, I think he would annoy her quick enough. You'll be fine. Yeah, go talk to him, baby.
I don't want to talk to him.
Go have a conversation.
I don't want to talk to him.
Jared Leto's
He
here.
will talk to you is the problem.
I don't want to talk to him. I just want to do one thing.
Jared Leto's here. We're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one kind of sucks because I like this guy, but James Corden. I saw story after story from fan encounters where he is a complete and utter jerk. Now that I know that he's fake, his shtick is unwatchable. And we were talking about this last week back in the office. Like, Jimmy Fallon can annoy me, but almost to a T. Everybody that talks about Fallon talks about how much they like him and, like, he's cool with people.
Yeah.
And I like that he got an injury doing shots of Jaeger at a bar and, like, broke a bottle or something.
I don't think anyone was shocked with the Ellen stuff. But with him, I'm like, okay, well... I mean,
Ellen stuff was kind of shocked because that's her shtick, too, is that she's Mrs. Nice and friendly, and people were like, she's a complete pain.
Yeah, I've heard that. But, I think the difference was this. The people that bitched about Ellen worked for Ellen. James Corden, I haven't heard anyone that works for or with them bitch about him, but anyone that's had any kind of encounter, I've just never heard a positive thing. Outside of his initial sphere of employees and or coworkers, you know what I mean? But
yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow made the list. Ellen DeGeneres made the list.
I'm sorry.
Damn, wrong one.
Oh, damn. Let's see. I'm going to go on a limb and say you two gentlemen don't know who this person is, but Mike does. Jeffree Star.
You are correct.
Yeah.
No.
He's a dude that does a bunch of makeup and stuff.
Well, he got big on YouTube as well. He made his own makeup line. Like, he started with 3 different lipsticks, and he came from nothing.
Okay.
And he started with 3 different lipsticks, and he built up this massive empire. Now he's one of the, honestly, richest people on YouTube. He's one of the massive people in the makeup industry right now. He's got palettes the world over. Everybody under my age knows exactly who this guy is.
All right.
I heard he's friends with Kanye.
Damn!
Thank you, Kevin. You get that joke, dog. Leah Michelle. I used to think all of her diva stuff was just nasty rumors, but it turns out it's not. She just sucks. I had it that part.
Damn. How many years of nasty rumors do you have to have before people believe it to be true? Like, she broke big on Glee, and from that moment, all I've ever... Look, I don't know the chick. I don't care. But all I've ever heard is that she is a horrible person to be around.
Well, they put a guy on here from Glee who ended up committing suicide, but, like...
Jesus.
I don't think it's, like...
The Corey mom.
No, it was Mark Salling, but he also got convicted of having child pornography.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
Like, that doesn't make him like a bad, like, you know what I mean? Like, some of these people just have crappy attitudes. That makes you like a bad person.
Yeah, like Bill Cosby fell into that well. Like, I do not like you.
Right. I don't admire him anymore at all.
Damn!
Dr. Phil makes the list. I learned how
did anyone like him? I mean, he is what he is, and he adds some unintentional comedic value to being alive, but I don't remember anyone ever going like, hey, that guy is the man.
You know who I love? Dr. Phil.
Damn!
Watch him tonight. I'm sure he's on somewhere.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Oh, drat. I was driving along minding my own business when that vulgar leech hit my Beamer with his pickup truck. I fear I've fractured my clavicle.
I say, old boy, don't simply put it in the hands of your insurance company to sort it out. Talk with the dedicated row of solicitors at the Advocates Law Firm.
Pipe down, you old sod. The Advocates will see your case through to the bitter end and won't sleep a fortnight until they have victory in their grasp.
Jolly good, old man. Jolly good indeed. You get injured, the Advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to Scotland, where the mystery puddle keeps getting bigger, despite lots of sun and almost zero rain.
She thinks I'm sexy.
Meanwhile, an alligator in all places in Pennsylvania is caught a few weeks after it was wandering into a driver's lane. To England, where a village is being terrorized by a man who really, really likes baked beans. Meanwhile, man tries to impress girlfriend by letting her drive one of his work machines, which happened to be a train. And a woman visits her boyfriend in jail, then shows Cody her boobs. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
Dang! That was too fun. Our top story, we go to the UK, where a small village is under attack by a strange bandit. Local authorities have addressed the issue after a number of repeated attacks by an unknown assailant that pours cans of baked beans over other people's property. Cars, homes, and mailboxes have all come under fire from the bean bandit's wrath, and authorities are asking anyone with information to come forward. They're going as far as upping patrols in an attempt to locate and arrest the bandit.
You'd think that they would have a doorbell ring camera somewhere or some kind of closed circuit TV that's got
man, that's for your Kmart criminal, man. The baked bean bandit knows what he's doing. He's staying away from the cameras.
But also, is that the worst thing in the world? Can you get arrested for dumping beans in a lawn?
It's like egging a house, man. It's more inconvenient.
People's mailboxes and stuff, right?
Right.
It just also seems very un-English, because they love beans on toast.
I know.
But listen, they probably got more beans per capita than any country on earth.
And they all come from the United States. They all come from Heinz.
That's true.
The thing, they're using Heinz beans.
And to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever had Heinz baked beans. I've had plenty of baked beans, but I've never actually grabbed a can.
You need to go to the UK section of your store there.
That's
the grocery store.
I've never had Heinz baked beans?
No. I don't.
They've got your spotted dick. They've got all the delicacies.
Heinz spotted dick.
I really like that.
It's made by Heinz.
Is it for real?
Yes, that's what we had. I liked it, but I also like raisins.
Yeah, I do not.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, as far as foods that sound bad that were good, spotted dick is up there for me.
All right.
If it didn't taste horrible, it's better than it sounds.
In other news, a woman in New York made a last-ditch effort to keep her head above water during the pandemic, and it appears to have panned out. She runs an Irish pub in New York called Mary O's and was hit hard when the pandemic first got started. On top of her husband being stranded out of country, needing to homeschool her kids and keep her livelihood afloat, she turned to baking her mother's recipe, scones. She finally started up a webpage where people could buy the tasty treats and was fortunate enough to be featured on Humans of New York, and that's when the business came piling in. She was inundated with over $1 million worth of orders that continues to climb, and she plans to fill each and every one of them.
Good for her.
Absolutely.
A lot of scones.
You guys like scones?
I love scones.
I mean, they're all right. Right, I got to have a lot of liquid with them.
I love scones.
I love them. I'm looking up a fair right now.
Yeah, especially the fair scones.
Yeah, I'm hoping next weekend to put some scones in my face.
You and me, Ted. We'll get this thing done, man.
Oh, nice.
We got it. In Florida, a woman's breasts got her arrested. She went to the local prison to visit an inmate that was serving a 30-day sentence for possession of drug paraphernalia and decided to give him a bit of a show. The pair engaged in a sexually fueled encounter, complete with her exposing herself and manually stimulating herself.
Also, they were on a Zoom chat. She was in the jail, but they weren't in the same room. They weren't close to each other.
Let's see, until the visit was canceled by the staff, so they shut it down there. She was then arrested for exposing herself in public.
Oh, come on. I mean, come on,
You
man.
want to read her quote, Mike?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
Maybe later. I don't know. A train conductor in New York City may be out of a job after his idea for a late date night. He took his lady to the work with him one day, showing her the controls of the train, giving her a crash course of what goes into conducting before eventually letting her take the controls for a bit. The problem came with the multiple photos and videos that were taken of her behind the controls that were then posted on her Instagram. The videos made the rounds with several other employees, eventually catching the eye of a supervisor that turned it over to the police.
Yeah, she did like 2 stops trying to.
Yep, and that is it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you up next. More Men's Room with a Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on Odyssey and the Odyssey app. Just search for the Men's Room, and Men's Room Happy Hour's up next.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch for 90 seconds. So until then, do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.